Welcome to the Positive Mindset Podcast, where we come together to raise our vibration, lift our perspective, and build a positive mindset. My name is Henry, and in this episode, we're going to talk about a positive frequency that you can tap into to help you deal with negativity, hurt, pain, whatever situation you find yourself in. This is one way to get out and expand and live a positive life. But before we get started, we're going to take a few moments to slow down, zero in. We're going to take some deep, healing, meditative breaths to help us align on the frequency that we want in our lives. So you can pick a word. It can be love, joy, happiness, abundance, whatever frequency you want. And we're going to take a deep breath in. And as you're breathing in, you're going to say that word over and over and over again. Really charge yourself up with that energy. And then as you're holding your breath, visualize yourself doing something in that frequency. And once you exhale, anything that no longer resonates with you will leave you and you'll be in a more positive state. So let's go ahead and take a deep breath in. And out. Well, we're going to take another deep breath. This one is about alignment, about getting ourselves in receiving mode so that we can receive the message that we need to hear to get us in that positive perspective. So just imagine that you were surrounded by the most healing, uplifting energy that's meant specifically for you. It could have a certain color, a certain taste, a certain smell, however you imagine it. And when you breathe it in, it's going to charge you up. It's going to break down the negativity, the blocks, the weight, everything that's just been holding you back. And once you exhale, anything that no longer resonates with you will leave you and you'll be in a more positive state. So let's go ahead and take another deep breath in. And out. So the way we view things is extremely important. Perspective is one of the most powerful and freeing things that somebody can have, because perspective allows you to see things from different angles. It allows you to see more than just the ego point of view. And one of the most powerful perspectives that I've learned is how we view this life. This life is an experience. And when you think of it as an experience, you can then decide what type of experience do you want to have. Because it's not about a finite life. It's not about the limited limits between the day you're born and the day you die and measuring every year in between. It's an experience for your higher self to come here and learn and grow. Everything is happening for you to have the opportunity to grow and improve your internal state. The body that you have, the version of you that we think is us, is the vessel for this experience. So when you ask yourself this question, what experience do I want to have? What comes to mind? If you're in pain, if you're hurting, if you're going through a tough situation, it's probably the opposite of that. You want to feel good, you want to feel love, you want to feel joy. Well, I can tell you, if that's what you want to feel, then you have to change the frequency that you're operating in this experience. It's not about changing anything external. You cannot have the idea or the thought of, I will be happy when, I will feel good when, things will be better when. That doesn't mean that if you're in a tough situation, like you're in school and it's really hard, you're in a relationship that's really difficult, you're going through a tough time, maybe it's an illness, whatever it is, that once you make it through it, that things won't be better. Of course, through this experience, there are things that change and can make an impact. But the truth is, your internal state will set you free. When you are right within, you don't need the completion. You don't need to graduate. You don't need to be around different people. You don't need to make more money, because your experience is a reflection of your perspective. The perspective that you're operating in is key. So again, ask yourself, what experience do you want to have? And do you only want to have that experience when you complete certain things? That's not what this is. You are not here to accomplish things. You are not here to achieve things. Those are things that you can do during this experience, but that's not the goal. The goal is to level up within. That's why when you're right within, everything feels okay. When you have internal peace, everything is okay because you're no longer stressed about self. You've let go of the ego and you're solely focused on the energy that you want flowing within you and that you're going to give to the world. So again, ask yourself, what experience do you want to have? What experience have you been having? If someone were to come here and tell you, and they were a genie, they were an angel, they were something so powerful that you believed what they said when they showed up, and they said, Henry, this is your experience. What have you been doing with it? How have you been using it to be better? How have you been using it to grow? How have you been using it to impact others? Henry, this is your experience. What are you doing? You are a powerful being. What are you doing? If that was told to you, what would you think? Because let me ask you, what are you doing with this experience? Stop thinking of it as a life. When we think of it as a life, it's limiting. When we think about the stages that we go through, that's limiting. When you think about the experience, then you realize the only thing that matters is now. You are experiencing things now in your current state, your current body, and your current circumstances. How do you want your perspective to be as you're going through it? It's truly up to you. Nobody can control you when you're right within. Nobody can hurt you when you're right within. Nothing can stop you when you're right within. You are an extremely powerful creator. You are an extremely powerful observer. So what do you want to observe? If you want to find love, if you want to find forgiveness, if you want to find peace, if you want to find healing, those are higher frequency things. So you have to start observing the higher frequency things in the world. It takes practice. It takes gratitude. I haven't talked about gratitude in a little while, but gratitude is the tool. You see, gratitude is not just saying what you're thankful for. Gratitude is the act or the practice of finding positive things, of finding the love, of finding the goodness in the world, and then bringing it within you and sitting with it. You see, when you bring that energy within you, it charges you up. Because what you focus on, you expand. The more gratitude you use, the more good things, the more love, the more forgiveness, the more peace, the more healing that you bring within you, the more you'll start to create it in the world. The more you start to create it in the world, the more you'll see of it in the world. This is your experience. What do you want it to be? How do you want to feel? How do you want to grow? How do you want to expand in your experience? Think in your head right now. Close your eyes and just think. You're going to say this sentence, like mine, but use your own name. Hi, my name is Henry, and welcome to the Henry Experience. In this experience, this is what's going to happen. And then say what it is that you want to happen. It could be something simple. Hi, my name is Henry. Welcome to the Henry Experience. In this experience, we're going to experience love. We're going to experience forgiveness. We're going to experience expansion. We're going to experience connecting. We're going to experience healing. That's what we're here to do. And when you set those targets, those goals, those missions, you can check yourself daily to see if you're in alignment with them. Because it's your experience. And the best part is, all of those things I mentioned, nothing to do with what's going on externally. They have everything to do with your internal state. That means you're in complete control. You are not a victim if you decide not to be. Yes, you can be victimized. Yes, things can happen to your body, but your energy, which cannot be destroyed, will continue beyond this experience. So, are you ready to take that power back? Are you ready to say, this is my experience and I'm going to make it what I want? You've been making it this whole time with the help of the world, with the help of the people that raised you, with the help of your teachers, with the help of the people you work with, but are they helping you experience the experience that you desire? You've been creating what you've observed this entire time. Now it's time to take back your power and start being specific. Start being focused on what it is that you want to create. It's all up to you. When you start healing within, when you start practicing gratitude, and you start growing, you become the rising tide that lifts all ships. Well, thank you so much for listening. I hope this episode was impactful and gave you a positive perspective on your current situation. And I hope it allows you to see the experience that you're having and how much of a gift it truly is. If you want to make sure you don't miss a single episode, make sure you subscribe to my email list. There's a link in the description. It will keep you up to date with every single episode. And if you want to follow me on social media, there's my Instagram, TikTok, and Facebook below. I appreciate all the follows there. And if you are looking to level up, if you're listening to this episode and you want to shift your perspective, if you want to take your power back and create the positive experience that you desire, this is what I do. Reach out to me. Let's talk about doing coaching. You can go to the link down below and I will respond back to you that way. Or you can reach out to me on Facebook, TikTok, Instagram, whatever's the best way for you. Let's have the conversation. Let's talk about a plan so that you can start expanding and living life in the positive light. If you enjoyed this podcast and you want to dive into your abundance, you want to expand financially, check out my new podcast, Unlock Your Abundance. It's the same format as this, but we dive into tapping into that wealth, expanding financially, and enjoying an abundant life. New episodes are coming out Monday through Friday, so check it out. I appreciate all the support that you all have given me there. Well, thank you so much for listening. Have a great day, and I can't wait to talk to you next time.